Rock and roll. All right, party time.
Godzilla says that I should learn to fight my own battles. No.
Hello, my name is Sandie Dee. Welcome to No Icing, a special edition of the show. Special edition because we have a special guest tonight from North Carolina. You guys might know. Let me bring up my co-host to help me properly announce tonight's guest. I'm thrilled about my executive producer, Renee Yaworsky, and my favorite co-host, Rory Penland. Hello.
I'm your favorite. Wow.
Smash the button.
You're everybody's favorite. You're everybody's favorite, to be fair.
Now, before the show, she says to me, she sends me a text message. Hey, she's kind of a free spirit. She's kind of a hippie. Do you have a hippie character?
Yeah.
I am a free spirit. Oh, okay. The guest too, yeah. Everybody we know are free spirits.
I don't. You told me a couple of days ago, maybe.
Rory, you do have one. Rory, you do have one. You have the surfer guy.
Yes.
Moon Doggy.
Yeah, what about Moon Doggy?
Moon Doggy.
Moon Doggy to come back.
Yeah.
Let me bring her up because I don't want to. I know like this is
Didn't
like a
have
really
time
special
to put on my
moment.
orange makeup.
Let me bring her up. How do we introduce her, Renee?
Okay, so here's the thing, Mysti Mayhem, or there's like, so here's the thing. We came across her, a lot of people at Cosmos and our variety of groups, our beautiful collaboration here. We would see this I just assumed I was watching like MTV or something. And then I would see that she was broadcasting herself. I'm like, and then I would say to people, have you guys seen her? And then you, Sandie, were like, yeah, isn't she amazing? And we were all like, we need to get her on a show. But she's busy. She's always doing stuff. It's almost impossible. So this is, I don't know if this is an exclusive, Sandie, but I think it's as close as you can get because Mysti is hard to get a hold of. And she is an A-lister. She is an absolute star. You're going to be reading about her and listening to her records 40 years from now, 70 years from now. I mean, she's this level of talent. You know, you think about like Janis Joplin, you think about like these like powerhouse voices that revolutionize music. Yeah, that's Mysti. So everyone who hasn't experienced her is going to get to experience her. And I don't know how you did it, Sandie, but you're kind of a magician.
Okay, hold on. I gotta get ready to
Congratulations.
Ready?
What is the congratulations?
Ready? Hold on.
What does that mean? Congratulations. I need to know.
You got somebody who was not easy to get.
Yeah, that's right. True.
What?
Yes,
We're gonna hear good stories.
That was my point, Rory. Thank you for that. Was actually my point. Yeah.
Rory, don't make me blush over here.
Yes, one show host to another.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We hear you, but we have black screen.
Yeah,
We see you, but we
What do you
hear
mean?
you, but we
we
don't
hear
see
you, but we don't see you. We see black screen.
Oh no.
You do? I
Can
can
you
see
see
her.
yourself on the screen?
Sandie can see her,
I
but
look-
we can't see her. How is that even
Oh,
possible?
Sandie can see her.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So,
Check Gremlins.
well, you know what,
Um,
Mysti, if you could, oh, there she goes.
There she is.
We
There
are
she is.
coast to coast. Look at those lips. Those
There she
lips.
goes.
Renee.
What
those lips.
what shade is that, Mysti? What shade is that
God.
called? I want
You know
that.
what it is? I got it at the spirit store for Halloween.
Oh
And I think
my
it's vampire
gosh,
red.
incredible.
But it matches her hair perfectly.
That's hilarious. I love it. But it looks so, and Sandie too. Oh my gosh, it's like beautiful. I just love it.
We're rocking
Renee
the
and I
red.
are
You got your red
practicing,
pup.
Mysti. We're practicing the one shoulder selfie like this, you know.
We're trying to be sexy. Like
Rory
if you show a
too, Rory.
shoulder, it's really sexy.
The one
Rory
shoulder
takes
selfie.
his shirt
Rory.
off sometimes. You have to.
He went
I
on.
did it once. I'm never going to live that down.
Yeah, but we
Shock value.
already put it on. It's behind a paywall now, Rory.
You didn't make a TikTok video, I hope, did you? Please tell me.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. It was tasteful, as David would say. It was tasteful.
Hi everybody watching. I want to say shout out to the audience. Thank you for watching. You guys, if you have to know Mysti. I'm sure everybody that's here in the audience probably already knows Mysti, right?
A lot of
You're
Facebook
already
users out
obsessed.
there.
The
John
adventure
If you're
Duncan's here.
new-
and Lisa.
If you're
Hi,
new,
hi,
welcome
David, Lisa.
to my obsession with Mysti.
Everyone's obsession with Mysti. Not to be rude, Sandie, or to take over, but everybody is obsessed with
And I'm okay. I thought it was just me. No, okay,
No,
we're all
I thought it was
obsessed.
just me too. And I told you, and you were like, no, like everyone's legitimately obsessed with Mysti. Yeah, how did you come across her, Sandie?
Let me think. That's a good question. I think just because I'm a talent scout and I'm always looking for, and I love the blues. I got Robin Hankel. I got so many musicians that I'm friends with, and I was music my whole life, and I feel like it's manifesting. I just took me one time. Like she had me at hello. It was just that
Yeah.
one. All it took was like one time for me to watch her live, and that was it. It was.
And I gotta give a shout out to your bassist. I don't know their name, but your bassist that we always see, or is that a cellist? I don't know.
Oh,
That is
cello
some of the most
player.
incredible
The
work
cello.
I've ever seen in my life, and your cohesion with each other. Can you talk a little bit about what
So
instrument
funny,
is that, by the way? I can't
um,
recall.
I was performing in a duo, and then my bandmate broke up with me. And I think the same day, Ilana Shiner, the cello player, contacted me, and she was like, "Hey, my bandmate moved out of town. I really like your music. Do you want to play together?" And I was all like butthurt. And I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for another relationship.
Mhm.
I just got out of one. And she's like, well, how about I come over for rehearsal and let's just see what happens. And then we haven't stopped playing together. She can handle me, and that's really I think what most really good relationships are based on, that they can just handle you. You know what I mean?
That's what I absolutely believe. Now, talk a little bit. Are you saying that there's a personal relationship and a musician relationship? Like, are you doing both?
So she's just like, she's my friend. Like, I've known her now for like, gosh, 8 years maybe. And the friendship and the music is just, it's intertwined like rope.
Right. See, that's what, the reason I ask is the drummer for my band for many years, I was like engaged to him. And now we're best friends. But that was an interesting thing because we had a personal relationship, you know, that then turned into a friendship, but then you're in a band. And I always thought it was interesting, like the band relationship can almost be more intimate sometimes than a friendship or a lover. Like, have you noticed that? It's so intimate. You're revealing your soul and creating. It's like having a child with somebody, honestly.
Yeah, you know, it's love on a different scale. You know, it's love, and it's love in a way that can't really be shown anywhere else. You can't show that kind of side of yourself anywhere other than stage. And I think that's why people who are called to do music really need to do that, because it's just another side of us that shows our love and a piece of ourselves. You know what I mean? It helps us discover ourselves neurologically. I was a child that had a lot of learning issues, and in 10th grade, when I was 10 years old in 4th grade, I started doing poorly in math, and then it just kind of like accelerated badly. And then I remember in high school, in 9th grade, I was like facing like, I'm going to have to go to summer school if I can't get this math issue under control. And so it had been a learning disability that followed me for years. And then my music teacher, we had free public school music. They taught us in our public school system. She gave me extra lessons out of the kindness of her heart after school. And she explained how music and math were the same, that music was simply the sound of math. And I found it horrifying. I called her a liar. No. But after that, I became not only a straight A student, but I was an algebraic tutor for other failing algebra students.
Amazing. You know, it's about willpower, and it's about feeling that you're capable. It's about demystifying it and sort of like rebranding it. For me, math was like that too. I had to rebrand it and just not bring all of this false narrative that I brought to the table, which is like, oh, if I'm creative, I'm not going to be a good mathematician, or I'm not going to have that engineer mind, you know. But the reality is, like you said, you're using a lot of the same procedures in math, and, you know, music theory is all math, right?
Sorry, algebra has been the bane of my existence. I can never get past algebra.
Oh, but if you tried though, if you
your hair looks really good tonight, Rory. I like your hair tonight.
Thank you.
There's something about your hair.
When it got to adding and subtracting letters, I was like, why? I know how to count money. Why do I need to do this? Why do I need to add A with another A or a B?
Well, when you have like $15 billion, you get to start putting letters on it and numbers. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't feel I would be doing rocket science in my life, so. So
are we gonna Mysti, are you gonna play a few songs for us for the people who have not had the pleasure?
Look at that beautiful guitar, Renee. Look at the beautiful guitar.
Oh, sure.
The people are gonna want to hear this, and they're gonna be totally blown away. But before you play, though, I just want to give a shout out again to, what's the name of your bassist?
Ilana Shiner.
Ilana Shiner, because if you guys go onto the YouTube and you look at some of, you're going to see her. You guys have a physical performance and entertainment, you know, part that is just fascinating. It's just as visual. You can even watch it with the sound off if you wanted to. You could watch, you could listen, and not. It's like so visually intriguing to watch you and Ilana do your thing, and you sort of play off of one another. That relationship is just so dynamic and intense and animated. So I want to encourage everyone to also internet stalk you, ethical stalk.
Yes, she spent the show around,
so you can see all of. There's just so much variation, and it's just so beautiful.
And Renee, her voice is so unique too. Like, you don't hear a voice like that in millions of years. You know,
no,
like once in a lifetime.
Yeah, she's like the voice of this generation, to be honest. That's what I think.
What are they, Mysti, what do they say that your voice is? Is it like alto?
Definitely an alto. Yeah.
Alto bass?
The lower,
you get low.
The lower
you can get
end.
low.
Yeah. I can get low.
You can get high. You can get low. You're like an alto bass.
I'm really more like probably a soprano 1, if anything, if I'm able to. But alto 2, alto 1 could be a little bit of a, a tenor. Could be a little bit of a tenor.
That's when I can start getting too excited because. Okay, let's let the people hear, Renee. We gotta.
Yeah, let's let the people hear because
I'll just keep talking all night I'll just keep bragging about her all night. Like,
me too.
Right.
Well, let me see what I can do here. Let me do an original song. This is called "Good Day to Be Alive."
Yes, it is.
I love this one.
Good day to be alive, being able to share this special place and time, being grateful for opening my eyes is enough. Sometimes I say it's a good day to be alive. Yeah. Ooh, oh, oh, yeah. I say it, amen. Every moment holds a key that opens another door, but your keys ain't gonna work out on these new doors on board. If you find yourself in a dark place, maybe you're just being planted. One day you'll blossom, open with the gifts you were granted. I say it's a good day to be alive, being able to share this special place and time. Being grateful for opening my eyes is enough. Sometimes I say it's a good day to be alive. Well, I know life's a slippery slope, so if you're sliding down the mountain, look around for a friend, someone to fight in. Oh, all of his brothers and sisters are here to help each other. Making it to that top alone don't mean nothing with themselves. I say it's a good day to be alive, being able to share this special place and time. Being grateful for opening my eyes is enough. Sometimes I say it's a good day to be alive, yeah, yeah. I said amen, 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 amen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good day. It's a good day to be alive. It's a good day to be alive. Yes, it is.
Wow. So when did you first realize you were destined for greatness?
Oh gosh, I don't know if I'll ever come to that realization, and maybe that's part of my problem, my friend, but I appreciate it.
That was very nice.
Thank you.
I was moved. Like, I feel like anyone in the music industry, the first time of hearing you do anything is going to be moved. That's my
personal. Well, that's the goal, right? That was Bo.
Yeah.
Bo Diddley was my teacher.
Yeah, tell us.
I met him when I was 19. And he was a rock and roller if you don't know Bo, he was a rock and roller from the 50s.
Yeah.
And he made square guitars and he wrote songs like well, who do you love? Who do you love? And hey Bo Diddley, hey Bo Diddley. Yeah. Anyway, so he made square guitars and he taught a Mysti Mayhem how to get a chunky rhythm on her guitar. And I had the training of my public school system with, choir and our plays that we had in our off-Broadway shows. And so I had the muscular chops, but I didn't have performing chops or street smarts. And yeah, he taught me for 4 years, and he was a wonderful person. He was my Yoda, my Mr. Miyagi. But I remember we were going hard in the song I had written, and I didn't know I was ripping off a song. I Want Candy by the New Bohemians.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm 19. I'm like, nobody will notice that I'm ripping this beat off. And I make a demo and I write a song. And anyway, I'm like 19/20, living in Gainesville, Florida. Moved there from Pennsylvania where I went to school. And I'm outside having a jazz cigarette. And this old black man comes rolling up in a pickup truck and he asks about a car for sale in the front yard. And at this time I live in a hippie house where there's probably 12 of us renting this house, too many people. And I have no idea who owns this car. And so I go inside the house. Of course, it's only my bandmate. He goes, do you know who's outside? Give him your CD. Tell him to listen to your demo. So I'm like, okay, I go outside and this guy's got to be like 70 years old. Why would he want my CD? But at this time it's just me and my guitar. I have officially no family of my own. I have nothing to lose. So I'm giving my CD to everybody I know, trying to make a dream come true. And I go outside and I say, sir, I don't know anything about the car for sale in the front yard, but here's my phone number. We'll figure it out together. And here's my CD. You might like it. Have a nice day. And he laughs as I give him my CD and he's like, thanks, little lady. And he drives away. I light my jazz cigarette back up. And it must have been some pretty good jazz cigarette stuff because I heard my song coming back at me a few minutes later in the distance. I'm like, wow, this is some good stuff. What is that? And he actually put my CD in the car and he blasts it and he turned around. He went around the block and came back. He says, little lady, is this you? And I said, yes, sir. He said, like, that's you playing guitar? I say, yes, sir. And you wrote this song? And I said, yes, sir. He's like, well, I'm going to have you come over to my house tomorrow. I live right over there. Bring me triple Smirnoff beer, vanilla ice cream, sugar-free, your guitar, 8 o'clock, we're going to jam. And he drove away. But he didn't give me anything to buy the things with, and I'm 19. But I was a clever young lass, and I found a way. I got the items, and I go to his house, and I knock on the door. And his granddaughter answers the door. And there's square guitars everywhere. I'm like, cool, I ain't never seen a square guitar before. You got to understand, I'm 20 years old and I don't know nothing. And I could hear him playing my song in the studio. But at this time, he's transferred it to his reel-to-reel machine that he records on, which is how songs were recorded back in the day. And It made a slap every time it turned the wheel. And it had a smell to it that I won't forget. And he presses pause on the machine. Slows down. He goes, little lady, is this you? I say, yes, sir. He says, that's you playing guitar? I said, yes, sir. He says, that's you singing? I said, yes, sir. He said, you wrote this song? I said, yes, sir. He's like, well, sit your butt down because you don't know Diddley. That's my beat and you ain't even playing it right. And he proceeded to teach me. And as we were, I was learning from him and I didn't know who Bo Diddley was. So I'm like, oh, nice to meet you, Bo. My name is Mysti Mayhem.
In Gainesville.
Right, like no clue. This is before also like they ever dedicated the downtown plaza to him. So he didn't even have recognition in his own city yet.
Wow.
And during those teachings, he was like, you really have a really strong voice, but I'm just not buying the fact that you're supposed to tell me a story about being brokenhearted and you sing pretty, but I just don't think you're going to get it. And I'm like, well, I wrote the song. What do you mean I can't get it? And we're trying to nail it. I'm trying to get it the way he wants me to record it. And after I think 3 months, he's like, I don't want you coming over anymore. I don't think music is going to be something that's meant for you. I think you need to try becoming a housewife, going back to college, anything other than music, because it's not your calling. And I'll let you keep today's recording, but I don't want to see you again. And he presses record. And I remember my ears got hot. My eyes watered, and I screamed at him, and something broke through in my voice, and I was no longer singing a song about having a broken heart. I had a broken heart while singing a song.
Yeah.
And at the end, he cries. He's like, I'm so sorry I had to do that to you. You weren't going to give it up, and I had to break your heart. He's like, and that is what I was talking about, breaking through. Don't sing me a song about being brokenhearted. Sing with a broken heart, because that's what these people deserve. Wow. And so anyway, I appreciate you telling me that I have the emotion with things, because I attribute it to him entirely.
Wow. What a life lesson too, like that. Like, damn, Gina.
He wanted you to fight for it, right?
That's
so
crazy.
Misty,
Yeah,
at what
feel
point
it.
did you become aware of who Bo Diddley was? You were pretty young. You weren't aware of who, like, at what point did you have an out-of-body experience where you were like, oh, there's a living legend like an Elvis that's working with me? Like, when did that hit you?
I refused to look him up until after he passed away. That's when I told myself I would look up who Bo Diddley was, because I'm really easily starstruck.
Right.
I'm really easily thwarted. And what he liked, I think, about our relationship was he was my next door neighbor, and that's all I knew. And his name was Bo. And everyone else that did know him was always trying to get something from him.
Right.
Even if it was just an autograph. And he was like, I'm tired of these clowns they want things from me.
Yeah.
And he loved to teach. So he's like, I want to teach somebody, but without them having an agenda,
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
That's an absolutely phenomenal experience, though. I mean, I don't know how many people could say that they just, that, you know what that's like? That's kind of like a fairy tale where you just walk out one day and then this amazing prince is there and it's like, oh, I'll give you the keys to the kingdom and I'll show you how to be a knight. And it's like all this crazy stuff. So when I think of you now, I'm thinking it through the prism of you actually being trained by Bo Diddley. And now it's making sense, right? Because I can hear that same level of sort of like iconic, this type of iconic star. And now I'm seeing you're giving some semblance of credit to him, because a lot of his spirit is coming through you, the teacher and sort of the scholar, like he's coming through you. And that makes sense, because you come across as very confident of your gift, and you come across as someone who's already been famous. And that, I think I'm putting this together now. That's because really you were trained by this amazing, Bo Diddley even kind of half invented like country rock, like rockabilly. And you think about it, like all the things that he invented, and you have like Buddy Holly there. And it's like crazy, his status, his stature.
Yes. And amazing how many people didn't know him. He was known as the originator of rock and roll, and he liked to take things apart and put them back together as a kid. And that went into his adulthood, where he would take guitars apart and put them back together. I didn't know at the time that I was lucky, because it was such a hungry spirit for being taught. I knew that music was my calling probably when I was like 3 or 4. And so I just knew like, oh, this person wants to teach me, let me listen. And so, it's something I'll never forget. And I definitely believe like if there are guardian angels, he's probably been cursed to have to be one of mine, because it gets crazy out here in these streets when you're a musician doing this for a living. And I know he has looked after me a few times.
I guarantee you that's very, very well. Do you want to play another song? What was like one of Bo's favorite songs that you've done? Do you want to do one as like a tribute to him?
You know, I wasn't good enough back then to be able to write a song he would have been proud of. We were working on that. Let's see here though. What I think he's proud of everything I got going on now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. What do I got? He'd be proud of me with how many chords I've learned in this song. This song is called Garden. Because I realized that self-care is going to be how we save the world.
Mm-hmm.
I've been finding that there are too many really nice people who are so good at helping other people that they don't have enough energy for themselves when they come home. And there's no one else to help them tend to the garden. And they're so busy helping other people with their gardens. And that doesn't make sense to me. And I was also raised, unfortunately, with the notion that self-care is selfish.
Mm-hmm.
And that can't work that way anymore. We can't deny ourselves what we wouldn't deny someone we loved. And if we were to give ourselves the same care that we give others, then our gardens would be tended to, and we could have all those unique flowers and vegetables and fruits, and we can bring it to the table of the world and feed each other. We had no money, but we were rich. Didn't only stand out. It was ours while we looked at it. Some of my best memories are from the most dire of times. If I can tend to my garden, everything will be just fine. If I can tend to my garden, everything will be just fine. If I can tend to my garden, everything will be. If I can tend to my garden, everything will be just fine. If I can tend to my garden. I'm not sure when my time is up, but I can tell you one thing. I'm never, ever, never, ever gonna give up. Ooh. Yes, my trials will be my triumphs and my testimony, my trophy. And I just need a month after you hear my story. I'm grateful. Yeah, grateful for today. I'm grateful for today. I'd rather have rejection of my true reflection than live a lie and be accepted. Yuck. Yeah, no one has it together. Some are just really good actors. Unfair advantages with some chromosome X factors and beautiful bounties of bad advice mixed with the beautiful bold wise. Somehow I navigate well enough to stay alive. I go outside without my phone so that my brain doesn't confuse my screen for that sunshine. 'Cause I'm grateful. For today, yeah. I'm grateful for today, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I'm grateful for today. Yeah. If I can tend to my garden, everything will be just fine. If I can tend to my garden, everything will be. If I can tend to my garden, everything will be just fine. If I can tend to my garden, everything will be just fine.
I gotta smash the button, Rory.
So nice. So nice.
Oh my God.
Thank you. I chose to make a music video to that song at the hottest day of the year in Duke Gardens at North Carolina. So if you happen to watch the music video to that, just keep in mind I'm inches away from falling out.
That's what roofers say. You don't want to drink cold water.
Oh my gosh.
You don't want to drink cold water when you're on a hot roof. You'll fall out.
Oh my gosh. Do you have experience with that?
I had heard a story from another person that was doing a show or a news report, and they were talking to some roofers, and that conversation happened, and they relayed that to us back at the station.
Good to know. I'm putting that one in my back pocket.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
So how long have you been doing
we
music?
got John Duncan's watching from Australia.
How long has it been since Gainesville and Bo Diddley to now? Sorry.
Say that again, my friend.
I was asking you, how long has it been since Bo Diddley and Gainesville to now? I mean, how long have you been doing music on the road?
You know, I think he passed away in 2006, but I left Gainesville around 2004.
Oh.
So,
the year I moved to China.
Oh my gosh, worldly.
Yeah.
You got any good gig areas over there? Any connections?
Check out Shako. That's the kind of reverse Chinatown there in Shenzhen, right next to Hong Kong.
Ooh.
And Guangzhou.
Well, you'll be my booking agent.
And Guangzhou is always nice. There's always stuff going on there too for expats, for foreigners that live there. Yeah.
I'm expanding myself this year, not just from North Carolina, but who knows? There's a whole world out there.
Yeah, you gotta get the visa to go over before you. So you gotta do that way ahead of time. But yeah,
God,
people can book you doing gigs there if you got the visa.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'll just hang out here.
It's easier. You've already got your fan base.
Easier. Never mind. I don't want to go. I don't want to travel the world. Turns out, too lazy.
We were talking to Carol Sudler. I'm sorry, Carrie Harrison yesterday, and he was talking about they're doing visas now for Europe. You're having to get visas to go to France and stuff. It's like, oh, really? Come on, man.
Maybe I should though. Maybe this conversation's happening for a reason, and I just need to just go do the thing, and then in 12 months or whatever, I'll have it.
Seeing far off places will inspire you. It really will. It'll cause you to write and create because you're seeing a different perspective. You're seeing a different place, meeting different people.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, and you need to feel the love too. Like there's a lot of love that people want to give you, I think. And David William Myers is in the chat, and he's saying also he's in charge of a few showcases, and he invites, he searches and finds the talent, and he creates these showcases. So he's your dude, man. If for this year, if you want to, anyone wants to be on a showcase, gotta connect with David.
I'm ready to be seen. I'm not going through spinal surgeries anymore. So
that must have been so hard.
That stops you. Wow. That stands in the way a little bit.
What happened there? If you don't mind talking about it.
It turns out that I have degenerative disc disease.
Oh, no.
And it's just, my spine popped out of itself like a Pez dispenser. And through many trial, error, and doctor visits, found out that I had to have like 3 surgeries.
Oh,
and it was like intense. And there was a time where like I think I only took off work for like 3 months, but it was not easy to do the things. And I still find I still got to work with the work with what I got, but it's much better than it was. I mean, there was a time where I couldn't hold the breath to sing, and I remember that scared me, because I was like, oh no, this is not how it's supposed to end. And it didn't, thank God. So I feel really grateful to be with you guys today, because this might be the first year that I'm really ready to be seen again after all that. So this is one of the first interviews I have with my new body. So thank you for not giving up on me, Sandie Dee.
Yeah, I'm not one to give up. Rory knows.
She's tenacious, that one. She's that tenacious D.
I don't give up on people.
There you go.
Sometimes I've been accused of giving people too many
tenacious Sandie
chances,
Dee.
for sure. But I don't give up on people generally. No. Maybe I should, but not you. But maybe I should. I mean, like.
But you should let Eddie Brill go to bed when he wants to go to bed. Okay.
Well, he would. Well, no, he apologized to me the next day. He said, "I'm sorry, I was falling asleep." I said, "No problem. Like, I get it." And there's a time difference. There's a time, because I'm on the West Coast, you guys, and you guys are on the East Coast, so definitely we have a time difference.
I drank extra coffee for this one, and I was like, I am so old. Like, I'm like, oh my God, it's 9 o'clock. It's so old. It's so late. I remember like when I wouldn't go to bed till 5 a.m. Okay. So I'm here rock and rolling with you guys.
I know, me too. Wasn't it fun to be young? It was fun to be young, and like you could
most of your gigs
get 3 hours of sleep, no problem.
I lived off of hope. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I breathed. I ate my dreams. Okay, I didn't need food or rest. Things are different.
You eat top ramen and you got 3 hours of sleep.
Yep, that's all we needed.
Wow.
Well,
one of my fondest memories that when I was doing stand-up comedy was hanging out with the other comics after the show. Going to like a Denny's and listening to guys tell old road stories.
Exactly. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, it's the real life moments that you get to hear about and the bonding.
I love that.
And those are the memories you remember. It's not what was on stage, like who laughed the most at your jokes. It's like, oh, that night we went to Denny's and Rory told us the story, and yeah.
I was the newcomer at the time, so I didn't have any great stories to tell at the time. But yeah, some of the people that I was lucky enough to work with, like Tom Kinney, who's the voice of SpongeBob now. So he's made a whole new career for himself as a voiceover guy. He had great stories about Robin Williams and Bobcat Goldthwait and, who he hung out with in the early days.
I love that too, because it's like, that's the journey. I don't like the saying, but like, on like the tombstone, there's the date you were born, the date you died. And then there's the dash. Yeah. Someone said to me one day, it's all in the dash. And I kind of got mad because it was so finite, but it was true. And I was like, man, if it's all in the dash, I better remember what happens within that dash. And so it's like, that's the cream of the crop, is like, when you go on tour, it's about the little wayward places. It's about the unique, quirky fans. And I always thought I would remember like the standing ovations. I can't remember one, but I know I have had them. Thank God. That's great. But
it's funny you said Pez dispenser a minute ago. You should make that dash a Pez dispenser and have little computer chips in there that pop out. Has all your performances and good stuff on it.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then I'll infiltrate everyone's computer in the world. With my love. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know where that came from. That was just weird. Anyway.
You hang around me and my friends long enough, we get into weird convos, man.
There you go. Would you like to do
That
some
what I
other
was.
song?
That I was. What I was. One of the things I wanted to say to you tonight, Misty, is like the one thing I love that you say is like you say, your local hippie in the hood. I love that, but I feel like you should be like world noun hippie in the hood. Like shouldn't be just the local. Like because you're more than local. You're like global. The global hippie in
Ooh,
the
my
hood.
global hippie in the hood.
I feel like you should be global. I'm sorry. This is my personal
Global
thoughts on that.
hippie in the hood.
The
I could change that. I like that.
Household name hippie, like Cheech and Chong, man. Yeah, that would be great, man.
But why limit
Everybody knows
yourself
that, man.
to
That's
just
Misty,
one
man.
state, man? Why are you gonna limit
Well, I
yourself?
appreciate
Mysti
that. And my
Mayhem.
goal is to be able to expand now that I mean, before my spinal surgeries, I broke my ankle off of my leg leaving Goodnight's Comedy Club in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh,
I went to
no.
go see Doug Benson and Ngayo Belam, and I missed the last step on the flight of stairs. And so, like, before my spinal surgeries, I was going through like leg surgeries. So I really feel like this is my first year that, again, I can get back to not just playing at my local pubs, which has been a blessing. And I made a medal, but I'm ready to spread my bionic wings again.
Have you had an agent? I mean, do you have somebody that books your gigs for you?
No, we do. Yeah, I do all the work. I do all the things.
Oh, wow.
Me and my cello player, and whoever can pitch us work. It's a lot, but it's doable so far. Hopefully, it'll get so much that I'll need help.
She needs good representation. She's very talented. It just always comes across the desk better if it comes from somebody else. Hey, I'm her agent.
It really does.
It
really does. First of all, I've learned that my band and I instinctively, all of us artists, sell each other short. It's because I think we're aware of our own flaws and we're incredibly honest people. And so, and then on top of it, you're right. Like, if it comes from someone other than the band, if it comes from a fan, if it comes from a venue owner, people are more likely to take it seriously. Yeah.
If it comes from somebody who just started being an agent, nobody even knows them yet. It still sounds better than it's coming from your own mouth. I don't know why that is.
But I'm telling you, my cello player for a while, because we weren't able to get work, she pretended she was someone else. She was like, "Hi, my name's John Nikowski," and it freaking worked, and it got her feet in the door locally. It was funny. It worked though.
Tell your agent I really liked him. We want to have lunch sometime.
Oh, that's a movie right there.
Well, yeah. And
well,
I
you know what? When you were telling the
the
story about Bo and him training you as he was your Mr. Miyagi, you should really get that down in script form. That would be a really awesome movie, I think. Him training.
I really think it would too. I would. Anybody knows about that stuff here, take me, help me, take me and help me.
Was there a big music competition after that that you won?
Oh, gosh, I didn't win any music competitions, but I did win Raleigh's best local musician of North Carolina.
Well, there you go.
That was a few days ago.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Wait,
I've auditioned for The Voice and a bunch of those place things, but I made it
tell us what was it like auditioning for The Voice and the other things?
It was really not exciting. It was exactly what I'm doing now, which is I just sang into my camera and I gave them the videos, and they prompted me. They were like, you have to have lighting, you have to be a certain amount of feet away from your camera. There were these rules that you had to have in filming. I got to choose whatever song I wanted, and there had to be a certain amount of minutes. But I made it the furthest I've ever made it. I've auditioned every year of my life. I'm 39, by the way, for these shows. And so this last time I did it last year, I think I made it 4 passes in. They were like, give us another one. you passed this round. Give us another one. You've made it to this round. And I was like, just kept
Wow.
recording myself. And I think after day 5, they're like, okay, cool. We'll let you know. And I didn't hear anything for like a week. And I was like, this is like, I can't handle this. I can't handle this. I am not meant for this. And I was like, did I get it? Did I didn't get it? Did it? Blah, 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 blah. And I didn't get it. But I did make it the furthest I've ever made it. So I think that's something that's
I think you should go again. Like, can you try again?
I mean, they have auditions every year. You know?
Should try again.
Also,
like, social media is like, weird. It's a different place.
Auditioning for these shows for 20 years, if they don't want me to work for them, then
why
I don't
wouldn't
know if
they?
I
mean, anybody with a real musical ear is
The
gonna
next step
love
would be
you.
to actually come in for a live audition.
Yeah, I think I don't translate well over. I think it's really hard to translate over camera. I think, especially, I'm a powerhouse vocalist, so I will sing at you, and your water at your table will vibrate, and people come for that, and they want to feel that. And I can't really. I've never been able to get in there, and so because of the technological barrier, I think a physical audition would be the best bet. And to be quite honest, my friend, I don't know how that works. I think they call you in physically, but mine was all virtual auditions.
That's why you got to do it again.
Yeah, don't give up, Misty. I
physical
believe in you.
audition.
We believe in you over here in Cosmos. We believe
You
in
get
you.
that physical audition, you'll nail it.
Okay.
It's just
believe
listening
you.
to all those little things. Oh, you need better lighting. Oh, you need to back off from your camera. You guys just got to listen to that and do it again. You know.
Don't give up. Yeah, listen to the feedback and don't give up. Take the feedback with a grain of salt and just keep doing what Bo Diddley taught you. You know, you can't
Get
go
that
wrong.
live audition with Simon
How
Cowell.
could you go wrong?
He's the other guy.
This could be your year.
It could be. It wasn't last year, so maybe it's this year.
Yeah.
Either way, I do what I love, and I think that's
everyone's
the key.
saying just keep doing virtual. There's a whole social media world of musicians out there now, which we never had this before, and now you have that. You could get famous, show people your talents from home. You know,
yeah,
we never had that before.
I'm gonna need help in the arena because I'm so I'm a 4-day. I tour 4 days a week and just been focused on North Carolina so much that I have forgotten that there is a whole world out there. And I will say I had given up on music entirely because my career fell down so bad. And after, I'm 19, dumpster diving for my food, living out of an RV for 10 years. Going to Nashville, going to Austin, going to LA, trying my best, and nothing's landing. I got a small record deal. I got to Europe. I was too young and I wasn't ready for it. And so all I got was a little tour of Europe, and I came back and I had just enough money from my record deal left over to make one final move. But I only had one move left in me. And like I said, I have no family, so I could go anywhere. And I blindfolded myself, threw a dart at a map, and it landed in Durham, North Carolina. So I have been here just focusing on rebuilding my life. And I appreciate that support, and I think I'm finally ready to spread my wings again.
Well, when we were talking about traveling earlier, and you have done some traveling. You said you made it to Europe. There are some nice places here in America too. If you take the time to go around and look at it. But yeah, the Carolinas, that's a big area, North Carolina and South Carolina, and it's close to Georgia and Atlanta, which is a hub, in the South. So yeah, there's all kinds of options for you, and you don't have to go too far away from where you are.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to try it again. I think, basically, like I had given up, and then COVID hit. Yeah. And then when COVID hit, I was like, do I really give up? Wait a minute. This sucks. The whole world had to give up. I don't like this. Yeah. And then I was like, well, maybe I'm here to help rebuild with some music. So COVID hit, and it actually brought back my my desires to play, which was weird
There you go.
because I thought it was
a lot
kind
of people said the
fun.
same thing. You know,
Really?
it brought creativity back to them. Yeah. I mean, I hadn't picked up paintbrushes in 35 years, and I started painting in 2020 again.
Wow.
So, yeah, it just, again, we hear it from musicians all the time, too. When I was stuck at home by myself, I was working, I just cranked out a whole bunch of new music and stuff, and I'm doing a new record now. Yeah, we hear it all the time. Yeah,
Oh,
it really did.
So then I'm
spark-
not the only one that caught the fever of living again. It's like, well, if the world's ending, I might as well try to do my dreams.
As horrific and sad as it was, everything happens for a reason, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Well, I don't think I would know any of you guys if it weren't for the online karaoke things that were happening. Right?
Same here. I never would have met Renee and Sandie and all the great people that ended up becoming Cosmos Creative, the people at SDF, Jake and Bethy Allen, the people from Kimono My House, Kim Ware, and I just we met Tom Cheshire, we met Lars Nagel, we met Diane Marie Call. I mean, it's just, these are wonderful, nice people. And again, very supportive people. And we never would have met if it hadn't been for the fact that everything shut down and we all got stuck in our house for a year.
Yeah.
Isn't that
With
amazing?
Yeah,
kids.
absolutely.
With kids and pets. Pets are
And some of
easier
us were
than the
kids and
kids
pets.
most of the time, in most cases.
You know, I had a kid. She was a kid when it started. Now she's an adult. And you know, we had to get a couple of emotional support cats. Which, if you'd have told me 5 years ago I was going to be a cat owner, I would have said, no, come on.
I know.
You know. So there you
We've
go.
all
happens,
grown
man.
and evolved through the pandemic, and we've all gotten closer and gotten to know each other and create these wonderful circles with each other. And we've had some battles too, you know, definitely some battles and triumphs along the way, but challenges. I guess the nice word is challenges.
Yeah,
I call it
definitely.
battles. Life
Same
battles.
thing, right? No matter what you want to call it, it's still the thing.
Yeah, right. John Dees said, if not for COVID, I would have been friendless. Aw. Yeah, we
That's
love you, John D.
awesome.
We love you. He's been on the show. He's been on quite a few shows.
I appreciate you guys. You know,
Our
like I
favorite
said,
cat
you're
owner.
my first interview that I've done in a long time, and it's just a different year now for me that I'm physically able to go tackle my career in the ways that I had always hoped I was going to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody foresees physical accidents, and they are what they are. And it was amazing, actually, because I didn't realize this until I started watching old videos of mine when I first moved to North Carolina. And I didn't realize I've actually gotten better at the grind while I was here. So while I couldn't do anything that I normally did for work, I found myself only being able to play music, which is really funny when you think about it, because I had been kind of running from my career. And then it got to a point where I had so many physical disabilities, music was the only thing I could do. But it was like the universe was trying to tell me something. And so it's nice to be here with you guys in a better form. And I feel blessed.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I'm
the pleasure
blessed.
is ours, believe us.
Yeah, I'm blessed. Well, we're at the hour mark. Would you like to close us out with an original song? Or
Yeah.
a cover song?
I would
wanna
love to
hear
do
your
Box
originals.
Cars and Wine for you.
Is that your
it's when
original?
it is.
Yes.
When I was living in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, it was when I blindfolded myself and threw a dart at a map, because it was when I realized, like, I have to do better for myself. And I'm also at that crossroads now where I'm like, okay, I have to pick up my mat and I have to walk, not just exercising, but like I'm ready for the next step, and I was ready back then. So this song is about wanting the next step, being ready for the next step, maybe realizing you got to change some stuff.
Wow.
Well, I've been living off a chances. I've been chasing the stars. I ain't no saint, but I'm a sailor of time. I've seen good men turn dogs. I've heard nations cry. Lord, I'm young, but I feel like it's my time to rise above. I'll make a change around. I'll do it now, for it's too late. Lord, I want a better life, yeah. The box cars and wine. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling low, like I ain't got what it takes, and I'm fighting odds that would make a gambler cry. I'm taking off my kid gloves, putting my feet aside. I just want to live alive, and rise above. I'll make a change. I'll do it now, for it's too late. Lord, I want a better life. Box cars and wine. Ooh, yeah. Lord, I want a better life. Ooh, I need her. Lord, I want a better life than both songs. Wine. Ooh.
So wonderful.
Thank you.
So wonderful.
Thank you. Oh. Adele, eh? I get a lot of Adele people. I'll open for Adele. Someone make it happen.
I think you got your own thing going. Personally, I mean, it's
the crowd's going wild. Everyone's going
sound.
crazy. That was so
there's a
lit.
poor
Oh my
girl.
god, the crowd is lit. You were lit. The crowd is lit. Everyone's jammed the F up right now. That's all I can say.
Awesome.
People are jammed the F up right now. That's what's happening. It's real. It's a thing.
There's a poor girl on TikTok, and she sounds just like Judy Garland. And everybody tells her, "Oh my God, you sound just like Judy Garland."
Oh my God.
Box.
And she's so
Doesn't
good.
sound like
She's just
me.
good, you know. And I just want to tell him, stop saying that.
No, you sound like you, and there's no
There it
other voice like you, and like
There you
that's
go.
what's so freaking. Oh my God, girl!
I get a lot of
Damn.
Janis Joplin energy and people like Brittany Howard from
Well, see, energy is okay. I mean, you can have somebody else's energy.
cool.
But, you know, you want to have your own sound.
Thank you. Yeah, that took a long time to.
Damn.
Bo also told me, he was like, "You're not gonna know who you are until you're in your 30s." And I was like, "Whatever, I'm 19. I know everything."
Yeah,
It was great.
I know everything. I thought I was 28 was my best age. I thought I knew everything. I thought I was invincible.
I'm an adult. I'm 28 and I know everything.
I know everything. You can't stop this train over here. Hell no.
That's right.
Weren't those? That's the best feeling. You know what? If we could put that feeling of being at that age where we don't give GAF, and we just put that feeling in a jar and then sell it around the world, it would be global.
I think it's called tequila.
Global. It's called.
I was about to say some kind of narcotic, but anyway, that's better.
Maybe like Schumann, I guess.
I've seen
Equivalent.
friends burn their hair with candles on a toilet, drinking too much tequila.
Oh yeah.
Why did you put a candle on the toilet?
No, wait. People put candles on toilets?
I swear to
Right.
God.
Yeah,
we were at a
I
party
don't know
and
why
they
they
put
do
candles
that.
in their bathroom.
I have kids. I
Yeah.
can't do that. They'll burn themselves.
And I saw a lock of a friend's hair. She was sick from drinking too much tequila, and she went to throw up, and a lock of her hair caught fire and went like a
What does
no.
that
fuse.
smell?
And we had to bat her head down.
That's like Michael Jackson styly. See, I feel
Terrible.
like Misty, you're the type of person that like I feel like if and when Michael Jackson was here and still live touring, it would be like, yeah, Mysti Mayhem would open up for Michael Jackson. Like that would be a normal thing to me in my brain. That
I
would
can
be
feel
like
that. Thank you for that face.
that would be just like normal. Like I would not be
Open for
surprised. I
Michael
would
Jackson.
like I just wouldn't. I'd be like, that's normal. Like Janet Jackson, Michael
It
Jackson,
would be a huge
Beyonce,
crowd. No doubt.
Rihanna. Like I don't know.
I feel like they would want me to dance a little bit more, but
There's a question.
Thank
Who
you
would
for
you
the
like
faith.
to open for?
Yeah,
Who would you love?
You know, I really
I like
think
that.
I would
like
love
that,
to
Rory.
open for Anita Franco or Martin Sexton. I would also Brittany Howard from Alabama Shakes former band.
I love
Those
Alabama
I think
Shakes.
artists I would do really well with. I think their crowd would be entertained and I would make them happy. And I do my best to try to think, you know, who does it make sense? I would like to even open up for Eddie Vedder. I will open up for anyone. Dang it, call me.
That's what I feel like. I feel like I would never be
representation.
surprised to see you on any stage. Like I would be like, of course she is. Of course.
Good age you
Hell
can make.
yeah.
I mean,
a
I'm
lot of
ready.
money
I'm
with
ready.
it.
I'm with it.
sense.
I'm with you.
Like there's a lot of things that don't make sense in the world, but you on a stage with the best of the best, to me, it makes sense. Like that just makes sense. I don't know.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it
Hanging
happen.
out
I'm
with-
manifesting
hanging out with
this.
Gaga.
It has to.
I'm
Yeah.
willing. I am willing.
Like hell yeah.
I don't know if I'm able, but I'm willing.
It'll happen. It's gonna I want the best for you.
You are
It has
able.
to happen.
Do not ever say you're not able.
With the help of our audience. So everybody who watched the show tonight, thank you for watching. Replay people, hello, shout out. And also the Misty's links are all in the intro up there. So please go follow her website, her links, everything. Her tip jar is there. Watch her lives. She's on TikTok. Follow her everywhere. And don't forget that you if this is your first time getting to know her, please, give me a shout out too and be like, hey, I saw her on Sandie Dee's show one day back in the day, and it was lit. It was legit, Just give
This
a
is
shout
Chinese
out.
for prosperity.
Yeah,
Yes.
prosperity. And she's on TikTok too, by the way. So I'm following her there. And if you ever catch her at a TikTok live, please tag me because I want to come hang out and watch with you.
Yes.
Tag Rory, the man of 1,000 voices.
Are you on TikTok, Rory?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay. They deleted my last
I am
video.
the man of
because
a
they said it was too
thousand
sexual.
voices. That's me. That's who I am. It's what I do.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna look for you.
Me, it's a gift dog.
He is.
Yeah.
He's famous. He's got a lot of followers over there. He's got amazing followers over there.
I am a sucker for some voices.
Oh man, go to my TikTok page. I got all kinds of voices there.
I can only do one, and it's Butters from South Park.
Hey, fellas. Well, how was our guest? How was your guest on Sandie Dee or No Icing? And boy, out here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I kind of like that. Yeah.
We could do this all night. We had the wrong show going the whole time. We need to do.
Oh my God,
now.
with the wrong show going the whole time.
We'll get
You need to come on Rory's show now. Next, Rory's show. Wait,
We'd love to have you.
Don't you do puppets? Do you do puppets? I thought you did puppets.
I do
puppets?
have.
She does
I
puppets.
do have.
Seriously.
What the frick?
I know we're supposed to go, but I do have. Tina joins me from time to time.
Oh my God, she does puppets.
Ooh, look at her! Look at her!
Hi.
That's
Look
funny.
at her! Look at
That's
her!
great.
Hi. Hi, Yeti Daddy. Hi. I'm not ready for you. We haven't practiced or
She's
anything.
a female
so I'm gonna put you
superhero. I love her.
Oh,
Look at her,
unfortunately,
she's
I don't
Tina.
have my
When I get
Kirby
some more
puppet
practice.
close to me. Oh
She's
no.
beautiful.
Thank
David
you guys
said he
for
wants a
having me.
puppet.
Thank
David
you
wants
for
a
coming
puppet.
on. We so appreciate it. We know how busy you are.
David, you need to have
Crazy.
your own puppet too. You definitely need to.
He's not doing enough already.
Oh, MM said, "Are you still making jewelry?"
I
Good
am.
question.
I have an Etsy,
Yeah.
and I will actually be going to make jewelry when I get off of here. It's one of the things I do to keep my mind at peace.
I have to work up a timeline for General Howitzer's big monster briefing room.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, still haven't done it yet. I
Rory,
got to
was it-
screenshot it.
Was it you and Renee? Didn't you guys interview the guy that made puppets with Jim Henson?
No,
What was his name? I can't remember his name.
wasn't me.
I think it was Renee. Renee
Probably.
was on a show where they interviewed the guy that did the puppets for Jim Henson.
Very cool.
And he makes his own puppets.
That's awesome.
So it's like amazing. I thought that was you, Rory.
Puppeteering is hard. You have to have like your muscles. Like
I'm gonna go back
Set.
and look for it now tonight.
The only person with puppets I had on It's Casual was Lee Wolfson, who is the husband of Carol Stein, the pianist. He has a huge puppet collection. He used to be a ventriloquist.
nice.
But he has like a
Yes.
whole room full of ventriloquist puppets.
I think
Imagine
that's
how
who I'm
creepy that
thinking
is
of.
walking in there at
I'm gonna
night.
stalk you guys.
I think that's who I'm thinking of, Rory. Yeah, is it on? It's on the YouTube. It's on the Cosmos YouTube channel, right, Rory?
Yeah.
I think that's who I'm thinking of too.
And Carol's a phenomenal person. She's a great pianist. She's so wonderful. She worked for Disney for
Wow.
like, oh gosh, over 30 years, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Playing
That's
piano in
awesome.
different places, different venues there.
We're getting over time. Misty, do you want to? Well, you already closed this out, so
I know.
can't
Then we
ask
started
for
talking
an-
about puppets.
can we ask for? I know we did puppets. Is it
Yeah,
bad to
I would
ask
love
for
to do
one
one
more
more.
song? Like I feel bad now. I don't know.
So
Is
this
it too
song
late?
is called I'm Not That Person Anymore. And it's basically realizing like, hey man, I've grown. I don't have to face those same old demons anymore. I don't need to knock myself up over the head over stuff that I've already come to terms with. It's a blessing to not be that person anymore. I'm not that person anymore. Said goodbye when I walked out the door. My own jaw drops to the floor when I realize I'm not that person anymore. You can call me by my other names, but none of them bring me shame. My past and I aren't the same. To create with love's why I came. Not that person anymore. Said goodbye when I walked out that door. My own jaw drops to the floor when I realize I'm not that person anymore. It won't be the same, so I've gotta change. Instead of forcing myself to rearrange or recreate a past that was quite honestly lame. 'Cause I'm in the flow of now, I gotta play the game. I'm not that person anymore. Said goodbye when I walked out that door. My own jaw drops to the floor when I realize I'm not that person anymore. I'm not that person anymore. Said goodbye when I walked out that door. My own jaw drops to the floor when I realize I'm not that person anymore. Not that person anymore. Said goodbye when I walked out that door. My own jaw drops to the floor when I realize I'm not that person anymore. I'm not that person anymore. Said goodbye when I walked out that door. My own jaw drops to the floor when I realize I'm not that person anymore. 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 Yeah.
I'm not that person anymore.
Wait a minute.
There he is.
Oh,
There he is.
What the?
I can't speak Kermit. I'm doing you, dude.
Impressive. She had one ready in the wings.
That's right. I was ready for you. We're going to have to do puppets. This is crazy. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for coming on and entertaining and singing a lot of great songs. So appreciated. Right,
Thank
Sandie?
you, guys.
I'm like flabbergasted by this whole episode. I'm a Mysti Mayhem. I'm like, and you know what's crazy? Before we end it, before we close out, I just got to say, I have a friend from high school who he was, he's gone now. He's not with us anymore, but he was, he had a motorcycle. He was into Harley Davidsons. He was a very big motorcycle guy, and he was into it. And all through high school, it was the first time I ever went on a motorcycle. It was on a Harley. It was with him. His name was Steve Morgan, and he had a thing called Mayhem motorcycles. And what he would do is all his friends would buy like the basic Harleys, and then he would soup them up in his mom's garage in Staten Island. He would soup up the Harleys with all the rims and all the fancy things. And it was crazy. Yeah, it was mayhem. He created his own rims and all these things. It was great. It was great.
Talented artist.
He's not with us anymore, but shout out.
Mayhem.
I love the word mayhem. I'll always think of my friend Steve.
Sorry.
From Staten Island.
That's good energy. That's good energy.
He cared, he cared about his friends, He was an interesting guy, but he definitely cared about his friends.
That's what we get, man. What a blessing to be remembered in such a way. You know, I hope I have a positive influence like that on my friends. But there's a few people that'll be like, I'm glad she's gone. But
what? Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Tomorrow night, Rory, are you going to be there? We got special guest tomorrow night. We got Allison Whiteacre tomorrow night.
I hope so. Yeah.
All right,
we finish up the Big Monster
Misty,
briefing.
I
And
love
gotta
you.
Run out and get dinner.
Come on the show again. Come on, Rory show. Misty, I love you. Thank you so much.
I love you.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We love you guys.
Yeah. Welcome to New York. 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 Everything that we do exclusive. Make sure that it's all inclusive. I was taught make